We're live. Welcome. Woo! We got three elite number one prospects of the podcast industry in here today. We have Barce, we have Teeters, we have Potts. Welcome back, folks. Welcome back. Thank you for tuning in. It's going to be an electric episode. We got the Quadra fuck back, folks. Second time ever. Let's do this thing. Skeet Dave, lead us off, bud. What do you want to talk about today?
I mean, I don't know, man. I'm just thinking maybe we could recap these last few NFL games and predict some Super Bowl action. I know there's a lot of storylines and stuff going on, a lot of unpredictabilities. I came on here last week and took Chiefs money line, and I think I'm going to stay on that train in the Super Bowl.
Even though everyone and their mother's on it.
Yeah, I think.
Dude.
Yeah, I think the Super Bowl is kind of a. You take that with a grain of salt when it comes to public money because people who were never bet are on the Super Bowl. So yeah. I think it's skewed a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's written. Like Weston said last week, it's written. Taylor Swift holding the Lombardi trophy.
Me, bro. Barce told me, so I had to relay it to you.
I did tell Wes the first week against the Dolphins. I said, I'm sorry. Like, I know the Dolphins look good, but
it's written.
I don't think the Dolphins are getting out of this first round. And I'm surprised that the Bills didn't get to them, man. I mean, they're almost at the point where even though the Bills are so good, like, you almost have to just blow that up and start over. I don't know. It just seems like they can't win at all when it matters. But yeah, I think it's written too. I want to take the Chiefs. I don't know if I'm going to stay on it or really put a lot on it just because of I think last I looked, it was like 94% of the bets are on the Chiefs. That's just insanity. And they opened as like 5-point dogs, and it's like almost a pick 'em now. So and people are still hitting. People are still hitting the Chiefs. So it's going to be a good game. I think it's going to be a really good game.
The Chiefs are 5-point underdogs?
They opened as 4.5-point underdogs in this game.
Okay.
And the line, I believe, is at literally +1 now to the Chiefs.
That means the Niners are going to win the Super Bowl. Brock Purdy, Mr. Irrelevant, will hoist the trophy. Taylor Swift will walk out of the stadium upset. Sorry, Swiftie fans. Don't worry. I'm going to Taylor Swift's concert in Miami next year. So it's okay, folks. It's okay. But Hemi Neutron is back on the head, first time in months. Lost the cap, found it in the back of Hyatt's trunk. We're back in action, folks.
Hell yeah. Shout out to the hat. Shout out to Hyatt's truck.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. I was like, bro, this has been in here the entire fucking time.
Did you give it a wash? Did you give it a wash?
No.
Ugh.
I don't know, bro. I don't really wash hats. I had this discussion like a week ago with people. I feel like I just run them till they're fucking done and then move on,
Yeah, I mean, I have some hats I wash and some that I'm like that with. I don't know. A trunk hat though, you don't know really what's collecting back there.
Yeah, this could be washed. Usually, like, I feel like I wasn't washing them because I was scared that they'd get small. But this has an adjustable vibe right here. So definitely make that happen.
Adjustable vibe.
Yeah. Potts, you haven't said too many words. What's your take, bud?
I'm gonna be against the two that already spoke. I'm gonna have to go 49ers. Just because the weapons that the 49ers have, I don't know if Mahomes can save them from the 49ers weapons. I mean, you haven't seen that. I'm a McCaffrey fan by default. It's sad to see him go, but I'm glad to see him in a Super Bowl because we would not have gotten back there with him.
He is a champion, he deserves to be here.
Right. Debo, I mean, their offense is great. Their defense is stout. I was one of the fools that fell into Eric's charm and took the Dolphins first round of playoffs on the pod, and that bit me. But the Chiefs are hot. I'm very excited for this game. I'm very excited for the Super Bowl.
I saw analysts saying that this looks like the best postseason Chiefs team, in all of their runs, and it's crazy to think about that like without Tyreek and
it's
without
wild. It's
some of
wild,
those original pieces they
the
had.
Chiefs, though, but the Chiefs analysts could say that all they want. The Chiefs might have had like 70 yards in the second half. Most of their first downs came from Ravens penalties, and they really just had one big play, and that was to seal the game. The Ravens lost.
Yeah.
The Chiefs did not win. The Ravens kept hurting themselves. Zay Flower kept hurting himself, literally.
Yeah. That fumble was big time.
Bro, fumble, smash of the hand, taunting. Like, what are you doing, buddy?
Rookie, you know what I mean? It's like the thing with the NFL too is you kind of want the fine line of that, right? Like you want your rookie that's in the playoffs to like light up and start to take over the game, but it's not the regular season anymore, right? Different penalties get called, there's different schemes that you might not be used to. Like just that fumble, I mean, it was kind of wild that he stretched with 3 guys in front of him, right? And he's just probably just so hyped up from the rest of that game. I mean,
well,
it's like you got to be careful. You got to be careful with the rookies.
I mean, you're trying to like dog yourself into the end zone. Like you're right there. Like a lot of people are talking shit about him stretching that ball with 3 guys there. Like you're not the only person. There's a lot of people saying this.
Oh yeah.
But the thing is like, dude, the end zone's right there. Like obviously your natural mindset is going to be hit the ball to break that plane.
Sure.
Hit the ball in the end zone. Like now,
it was
when you're right there, it's not really protect the ball anymore, you know?
Right.
It's like,
it was it was a heck of a defensive play as well, but like the way he was playing, like after every play he'd get up and like, he was spinning the ball and just doing a bunch of antics after, that's kind of the karma. It kind of, everyone saw that and they said, look, I mean, that's what happens. It's just classic gamesmanship if you're playing that way and you just get that bad luck going your way. So
same shit happened to what's his face, Gardner Johnson, after all his shit talk to Baker, and the next week going and then Debo let his ass out.
The
whole game.
Bro, Gardner Johnson cheap shotted Debo after a pick. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
It was like an illegal blindside.
Yeah.
He just clipped the motherfucker.
Yeah.
They were talking mad shit before this game, bro.
Yeah, I forgot. I saw Debo like tweeted something after the game too. He was like, bro, he's so angry. He's like, I think he said like maybe he'll have time to relax in Cancun or something like that. I love how that's the joke now.
They were beefing. Hey, I've been to Cancun. I mean, not Cancun, Cabo. Cabo's the joke.
No, it's Cancun. They all go.
Oh, it is.
They all
love Cabo though.
Yeah, Tyreek tweeted it after. You didn't see Tyreek's tweet after that game where he got like jammed up, and he tweeted he was like, "Motherfucker, jammed me into Cancun."
Bro. Oh man, what a rough, horrific.
I got a question here. Here's a niche question maybe for Potts, dude. You guys are like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers now, basically.
Unfortunately.
You got Canales. You guys took our receivers coach too, I believe. You guys loading up on Bucks person. What do you think about the Canales hire?
I don't know.
Wait, is this the new?
Am I sold? Yeah.
6-year deal. He was the offensive coordinator of the Buccaneers for 1 year after being the quarterback.
So there's one thing. There's one thing Carolina and Tampa. Bro. Yeah, it was a reach. I mean, they're counting on the upside. I think that Tepper needed a coach that didn't have an ego with him. He had to take someone that he could mold. So I think Canales does fill that void. But the one thing that Canales did that Carolina did not do well was play with Baker Mayfield well.
Yeah.
He was able to use Baker to get to the playoffs.
He did it with Baker.
In the same division.
And he did it with Geno Smith in Seattle. He was the quarterback's coach on the year that he had his revival.
Exactly.
So he has some kind of system that works.
If he can just make Bryce serviceable and we get to 7 wins and we're competing in the NFC South next year, it's a good hire.
Do you think
that could not happen though?
Do you think with like, say you guys come out and like in the first half of the season you drop 6, do you think he's like immediately on the hot seat again? Like Dude,
Tepper,
firing a guy like Frank Reich
yeah,
is
that
crazy.
was
And
quick.
then now you have like a first-year head coach. Like,
Yeah, I don't think it would set a good precedence for any following head coach. So they're almost, I think, required to keep him for 1 year because who's going to take that job after two coaches get canned back-to-back years? And we don't draft until number 33.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Hey,
my
yeah.
God, no
Potts.
way.
Yeah, Potts. Who was on the other side of
Holy
that
shit.
deal with Chicago? Like, how they have your
DJ.
first overall pick, right?
DJ Moore.
They got
DJ
DJ Moore and
rounders.
the first overall.
Please.
Two first rounders. One of those two turned into the number one overall pick.
That might have been the worst.
But now you look back, though. Would you draft
first
Young
round.
or Stroud, though? Would you draft Young or Stroud? Like,
So if we're looking at the last 12 months, obviously the natural choice would be Stroud. The real determination will be in 24 months from now when we're looking at year 3 and see how we've done after 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
do you think he's going to have a better career over 3 years than CJ Stroud does?
It's tough to say. It's tough to say.
Yo, you guys were talking about coaching earlier. So Potts sent me a Snapchat. It might have been earlier today or yesterday. Arguably the greatest coaching staff in the history.
Oh, yeah, the Washington.
2013.
The Washington Redskins 2013.
Yeah.
It was like LaFleur, McVay, Mike McDaniels, and Shanahan.
Yeah, and they only won like 6 games. Wow. Like 5 games, I think. They were horrible. Did I send you guys a text too?
Raheem Morris was there.
With Washington, with their hire, Vrabel and Belichick aren't going to coach unless I'm curious of your thoughts on this. The theory I've seen floated is that if the Chiefs do win the Super Bowl, Reed might retire. And there would be a vacancy in Kansas City.
And they bring in Bill Belichick.
And that kind of gives it's almost like a Belichick spite, right? Like he'll take Mahomes.
It is.
Bro, it's a Phil Jackson from Jordan to Kobe right there. Like, it's like, hey, rings, and then rings.
Yeah.
Like,
I think Belichick is pissed though too. Like I think he really wants to get into a good spot because the end of his Patriots career was so shitty and he lost all those games. Like I don't think for example with Atlanta, they said there was not enough there. He wanted too much control of the team because if he's going to come to a team that needs to be built, like he wants to build it literally like the Patriots.
He needs time,
Yeah, and I don't think a lot of teams want to do that. Yeah. And they want to win. Like the NFL motto is win now. Right? Like,
it kind of seems like that as well. Like a lot of these teams aren't going for, older coaches in these older systems. A lot of these, it seems like the record for youngest head coach ever is broken every week this year for the past few months.
It's because, dude, have you seen Moneyball? Have you seen Moneyball before? Have you seen that scene when they're in the room and the guy's like, well, I think
I can't do it. Yeah.
He swings the bat good. And he's like, what do you mean? He's there's a lot of these football coaches in the NFL and college football that are so set in their ways. And you can talk to these players that they don't give a shit. And you see it like last year with the Bucks.
Fangio.
Yeah. Fangio, Byron Leftwich with the Bucks last year, just running it up the middle. The run's not going to work. You're going to just fucking run it. Like these guys do this. The organizations get pissed. The fans get pissed and the players don't want to play for them anymore.
Right.
You got these young guys that come in. They go, okay, I have 3 superstars. I want you guys to do everything. Right. I'm going to augment your game. I'm not going to control your game. So I don't know. I like the young coach push. I think it's going to change football. I think football is really different now, especially at the pro level, but the young coach, they see these McVays and these guys pop off and they go, well, I just find a random it's
OC.
always got to be with momentum, right? Like you got to hire guys off of big years. Like Canales just had a big year. We were supposed to be a bottom 3 team in football.
Right.
And, no one expected him to do what he did. So,
no.
And he had his issues. But he was a good OC. So,
hey, Bar, speaking of the Bucks, I know earlier in the season, before the successes they had, Mike Evans and them had agreed to part ways at the end of this year. Do you think there's any chance they renegotiate? Or
there was no agreement to part ways. Let's put it.
That's what I heard.
There's no agreement to part ways. No, the Mike Evans gave an ultimatum for a contract demand. The team did not
They are going to sign him now.
So the team did not accept.
He earned it. He
had
earned
a
it.
phenomenal season, and I think now we're going to say, listen, we can pay you this money you wanted. So, he's going to – I saw like at Houston, he was like, we'll see where I end up. I'm excited. Like, he's a free agent, right? So he's not going to be like, I'm coming back. It's leverage.
Right.
I think he's definitely going to come back. I think they're going to want Baker. This is how I see it playing.
He has a ring, so it's like you might as well.
He's going to retire.
Get the money.
I put all of my coins down. He retires a buck. He's got his foundation is so huge in Tampa. He has such a big following there. He's already a Ring of Honor, or will be a Ring of Honor.
Yeah. If you're ring chasing though, you go to the NFC because the NFC is a way easier route to the Super Bowl.
The NFC South.
Than the AFC.
Yeah,
no. NFC South is just a shitty division.
You got to win 9 games in your playoffs.
Or less.
Brady didn't win 8 in his last year.
If you're trying to build,
there's no other division where it's like, I win 9 games, I'm probably
Mayfield is not going to win the Super Bowl. So I'm saying like if he wants to go to the Eagles, if he wants to go to maybe Detroit, somewhere that they haven't spent a lot of money on wide receivers. I don't think Detroit doesn't need him, but I'm just saying like these are easier routes to the Super Bowl than having to get through Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. For all we know, he could go to the Chiefs. Dude, the Chiefs need wide receivers.
Mark it down. Mike Evans will be. I made $50 from Eric Derwachter last year, betting him that Evans would stay this year. They were saying they were going to deal him last year because if we were going to not try to re-sign him this
year,
shout out to Booby.
Shout out to Booby. But we should have traded Mike Evans at the beginning of the season rather than letting him go to free agency if we knew we weren't going to re-sign him. So I think Baker's coming back. I think Baker's going to be – we're probably giving Baker a 3-year deal for $40 million a year, which I think is –
Really?
Oh, my God. I think it's completely fair when you look at the QB market and what quarterbacks get paid.
Yeah.
I think they're going to get at least $35 million a year.
Baker Mayfield, after all these fucking –
I'm ready, dude. I'm ready for
everything, bro. He earned the bag.
He's your fucking quarterback's favorite quarterback, baby. I mean, the dude's a beast, and
I don't know about a 3 years though. I think 2 years at most.
Well, I mean, I don't know, dude. He's been in the league for 7 years. If you give the longevity game, and I was talking about this with Mahomes the other day. Like Mahomes has got 3 chips, and if he plays. Even 5 years less than Brady to 40, he's still got 13 more years, right? So it's like
Mahomes has 2 right now.
Or 2, sorry. 4 appearances. 4 appearances.
Sunday.
Yeah. But I think 3's probably coming. But I just think you got to pay him. I don't think there's a better quarterback solution where we're going to be able to draft and start someone with the 22nd pick. I think we have. I don't think there's the only quarterback that's on the market worth anything this year is Kirk Cousins.
I agree, but I think you should draft a QB as well.
Oh, yeah.
There's a lot of teams who should draft QBs. This is just a QB heavy draft this year. There's a ton of them.
Yeah.
There's going to be QBs to fall to the 2nd round, 3rd round. There's going
to be like 7 in the 1st round probably, but like at the 19 to 24 spot, you're basically right now projected at Jaden Daniels, I think, and I forgot who I looked earlier was like in that spot.
If Jaden Daniels actually falls to 19,
I know,
24, which he won't, then that's a fucking steal.
I hope the Patriots take him at 3. To be honest, I like him.
The QBs.
I like Daniels and Penix.
It's going to happen exactly how teams are going to trade up, and it's going to be a QB heavy top 4, top 5.
Well,
draft pick.
We drafted a bum in the 2nd round 2 years ago, Kyle Trask. He didn't fucking work out. He's horrible at football, and I don't think we're gonna draft a quarterback in the 1st round anymore when you can go get these guys late still.
Yeah.
I mean, you have another
Mr. Irrelevant in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, dude. You got Brady 2.0. I'm not saying Brock Purdy's going to be Brady 2.0. I'm just saying the scenario of dude just got dropped into a starter role and has now been back-to-back in the NFC Championship. Like, I like you don't have to get a quarterback in the first round anymore. You know,
the Niners kind of remind me of like the Miami Heat in the aspect of, or like the Boston Celtics. Like these teams are always competitive. Like no matter what, players like will gravitate towards these teams because they just want to be there. They want to play there, and they have winning cultures. And I honestly see the Niners being great for like the next 10 years at least. I mean, I also think the Chiefs land a big time wide receiver. But like as far as whoever comes out of the AFC, it's so tough because you got to get by the fucking godly Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes. You got to get by Josh Allen. You got to get by Joe Burrow. Aaron Rodgers, now a 4-time MVP. Lamar Jackson. Justin Herbert, who's going to be in a new phenomenal system with the new head coach who turned the Niners around. The Niners were doggy freaking doo-doo. And ever since Harbaugh came to the Niners have been a competitive football team. They have been phenomenal. They went from a 2-win team to the Super Bowl the next year.
You name all these teams in the AFC, but the Chiefs just beat them every year. The Ravens were supposed to be in the Super Bowl this year.
No,
everyone said the Ravens are supposed to be there. Chiefs just win it, man.
Build your roster not to beat the Miami Dolphins, not to beat the New York Jets, not to beat the Chargers. You build it to beat the Chiefs. That's who you need.
They are the only dynasty in the NFL right now, active dynasty. I mean, 4 out of the last 5. I mean,
dude, honestly,
this guy is the most
fathom what it feels like to be a Buffalo Bills fan and just get shat on to the Chiefs year in and year out.
Every year.
I mean,
this time at home, too. You finally don't have to go to Arrowhead. You get the home game in Buffalo in the snow, and you can't win the game.
These old these quarterbacks in the AFC, Burrow, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, all these guys should have a shot at the Super Bowl, but it's just like Mahomes
Joe Burrow did. Joe Burrow got his shot.
Yeah, it's kind of like back when Brady was killing it, Phillip Rivers, Peyton Manning, and these guys in the AFC, like
Manning
should have had more shots at the Super Bowl, but they didn't get it. Like they're kind of getting that Peyton Manning.
In that division, dude, being a Dolphins they're getting that pen was horrific.
Yeah, these guys are getting the fucking
20 years.
Patrick Mahomes fist in the ass.
Yeah,
right there.
The goat treatment
instead of Tom Brady now. Like,
and it's crazy because the Chiefs are
coming from my fucking division.
And you know who Mahomes' heel was early in his career was Brady. And as soon as Brady moved out of the AFC, I mean, it opened the door. He just keeps going back to Mahomes gets like a guaranteed AFC championship every single year. It's like fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
And they just win games.
Patriots were every year. The bare minimum that Tom Brady was getting to was the AFC championship game. Bare minimum. And it was
for him, it was more of the Super Bowl for sure. I mean, Mahomes is doing it.
Dude, Mahomes is literally doing the same thing.
Yeah.
He's lost to two quarterbacks in the playoffs. Tom Brady on the Patriots, Tom Brady on the Bucks, and then Joe Burrow of the Bengals.
Yeah. No, he's him, you think, but do you think, Westerman, honestly, what do you think is going to happen? Who do you got in the Super Bowl? Niners, Chiefs.
Bro, I have Niners. I've gotten, I think, 4 games predicted correctly, or 3 correctly in the playoffs.
And how many though?
2 of them were the Niners to get to the Super Bowl. Niners definitely had me sweating.
Yeah.
Last Sunday.
I had the fucking Lions, dude. That was so horrific.
Yeah. You know what? I mean, bro, especially as a bettor, you got to be sick to your fucking
putting. Yeah,
throwing a lead in like 5 minutes.
In the playoffs, man, you gotta take the points every time, dude. Throw the analytics out the window. If you are in field goal range and you're not losing the game, you need to kick or you're not losing the game bad, I should say. If you're within 2 possessions, you should kick the fucking field goal.
Yeah,
I love that people go for it more. I love Dan Campbell. I love that's becoming more of a thing now. I've always thought it should be. But when they left so many points off the board.
Yeah,
and
to go to the Super Bowl.
Get crazy,
bro. Like this is
that would make me sick.
Super Bowl is on the line, and you're fucking pulling a slot machine.
It's like all the building you've done over the last 2 seasons. Like everyone talked about how big and like how slow of a burn it was for Dan Campbell to get there, and then he just pissed it away, dude. Just on national in front of everyone. Like everyone tuned in to watch. Like we knew the Chiefs were in. Lions, it's like, please give us the Lions, give us someone to root for.
NFC's very weak.
Just fucked.
Just ridiculous.
Lions could be back. NFC's very weak, but the thing is, I don't see anybody beating the Niners next year, anyways, in the NFC. So I mean, can't beat them. Join them.
I don't know, dude. I think they're exposable. I mean, I think both of these playoff games were close. They were big comebacks.
Yeah, they're beatable. Yeah. They're beatable, but realistically, they are the team to beat. They were the team to beat coming into this season. They are now in the Super Bowl.
It's just
with a star-studded roster. Christian McCaffrey, you better take him.
Anytime touchdown.
Hey, let me give you guys a little sleeper pick. If you got a little like extra $20, I love Deebo Samuel 33-1 for MVP. Okay. That's a nice little pick. As a guy that gets the ball, that gets to run the football and catch passes, like
Deebo MVP.
Just if you little $20 bill, $20 on 33-1, you win $660.
There's a lot of these crazy bets on the NFL on the Super Bowl. Like you can bet on like the color of the Gatorade that's dumped on.
I do that every year. I do that every year.
The coin toss, the length of
I drop $100 on
the national anthem every year. Over under.
Start off win or lose.
Yeah, exactly. You got to set the night. You got
These are all just like bets that everybody fires off. This is our last chance of the season to bet on the NFL game. So let's just bet on every single facet of the game. Enjoy ourselves. And just
put the balance on the Super Bowl, folks. I mean, listen, you already paid your rent. It's middle of February, so go. You don't have to worry for another 2 weeks. Just
strategically placed there.
Paint the board. You know what I mean? Just paint the board.
Dude, I'm so glad I haven't bet these playoffs because I would be down a lot of money.
I got a crazy statistic for you. I also saw the other day too. This is just last one. We don't have to do a ton of picks, but I saw this guy I followed on Instagram the other day give this out. Chiefs second half unders are 17-2. And fourth quarter unders are 19-0. Their last 19 games. The fourth quarter under in Chiefs games. That's a really random bet.
Dude,
probably find it.
Don't do it in the Super Bowl though.
Yeah, it's gonna flip.
Ice.
Bro. Ice. That's including playoff games.
Like, bro, especially if the Chiefs are like trailing.
You said the Chiefs didn't really play football at the end of that last game. The Ravens just kind of lost.
They haven't played football at the end of the games all season, bro.
I don't know about that.
It's a fact. All their fucking stuff has been coming in the first half. They are a first half football team this year. The only time that they dominated first and second half that I've seen all year was playoffs against the Dolphins.
Yeah, their defense has been balling. This guy, Steve Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator, has been getting all the praise in the world this past week. This guy's now,
so, though,
Yeah, I mean, this guy, as a Pats fan, I remember him as the defensive coordinator on those Giants teams when they had won the Super Bowl back with Eli Manning back in the day. But, I mean, this guy wins on the coattails of Patrick Mahomes, and now he's the best defensive coordinator of all time, so.
I'm here. My internet slowed down for a bit. I was just giving the.
Yeah, it's just it's interesting. This guy's getting so much praise. I mean, he is a heck of a coach, and Mahomes. If they're dogs, or even if it's a pick 'em, like kind of a 2-point game, I think until I see them in this spot, they just find a way to win. I mean, you see, they're not putting up 30. They're not doing whatever, but their defense is solid, and they just score when they need to, hold the ball, control possession, and then I don't think it's at the end of the day, to me, it's Purdy or Mahomes, and I'm taking Mahomes every time.
Do you think Purdy is gonna like shudder under the lights a little bit? Like I know he just led a big NFC Championship comeback, but the Super Bowl, especially in Vegas.
No, I mean,
big implication of that, like all those people there.
Purdy has it in him, dude.
Yeah. I'm curious to see how the crowd is going to be at that Super Bowl.
He does.
Like, there's going to be people put a ton of money on the Super Bowl anyway, but like those people that go to Vegas to go to that game are going to have so much money on that football game. Like that crowd is going to be wild.
Relentless.
Yeah, it's going to be insane.
Caesars alone is going to have over 40 million.
Oh, dude, the handle in Vegas. But that's why I'm saying, dude, you think all these books are going to lose all this money on the Chiefs? It's just weird, man.
No.
Well, I mean, that would. I know you said, you got the public's a little different in the Super Bowl, but there's just so much money on the Chiefs now. I get it, but I think the Chiefs are going to win too. I think I might fade myself. I might take the 49ers.
The Niners? Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Now, the more we're talking about it,
talk yourself into a fade.
Jack, wise words.
Have a $40 million handle, which I bet it'll be even more than that. I mean, I just don't see Vegas taking.
It's going to keep going up.
My thing is, I bet on Patrick Mahomes to win and he loses. I can live with that. But if I bet on Brock Purdy and then Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid win, that I couldn't.
Gonna make you feel like dog shit. Yeah,
I couldn't. That's where I would at least lose with dignity if the Chiefs.
Listen, wise words of Jack Keating last week.
Yeah,
I did see that
about taking something. Fade it.
Just fade
yourself.
I need to listen to myself. I need to listen to myself. And take the
fade yourself, and you will be up.
Especially,
all right, I'm on the Niners.
Especially if you feel really good about it. Like
I'm on the Niners with the points.
If you're like, this is a no-brainer, it's like, all right, now I gotta
flip.
I gotta flip right now. Yeah.
Now fade yourself.
I don't know. It's like weird. I like the Chiefs, but I think the bet would be the Niners when it's this close at the pick'em level like this. Like I think there's probably no one in the world that even bit on that Niners -4, right? Like you're a fucking scrub if you got a Niners -4 ticket right now. But
cash out, early cash out.
Yeah, dude, go ahead and just fucking take your L there. But because I think if the Niners win, right, they're going to win. I think if the Niners win by within 3 points. I think if the Chiefs win, they're going to win by 10 or more.
So on Hard Rock, the over/under, the total is at 47.5. I honestly
slam over.
Yeah, I think it'll just be a shootout.
Fade. Now fade yourself.
Yeah, now I'm going to be on the under.
Yeah.
Lock it in. So Niners and under. All right, sweet.
Yeah, no, this is not a shootout scenario.
I mean, I would like that.
Two star-studded defenses clashing in this Super Bowl. This is far from a over scenario.
Right. I wouldn't mind
fade yourself, Eric.
So I might take the under. But Niners under, Niners and under.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind doing like teasing the Niners to like +5 or whatever, and then the total to down to like over 40 or 41. I think that would be a solid play.
Isn't it Niners -5 right now? So a tease would only be like
they're -2. No, they're -2, but I would do like a 6.
God, bro! Niners are
move back a little bit. Move back a little bit.
Because everybody's on the Chiefs. Everyone's like, "Oh, I got Chiefs at +4."
Dude, but listen to this. This is kind of crazy.
At +5.
I'm looking up some betting trends, and we're on the public, right? That's what's worrying me. This year in the playoffs, check this out: public betting record, wild card 4-2, divisional round 3-1, in the conference championship 2-0. The public's been kind of
on fire.
Might have to reverse fade myself.
Double fade.
New information. Yeah.
Reverse.
I'm trying to find the handle though. That's what is really like. I'm trying to see how much money is on Super Bowl betting expected to reach record $1.3 billion on a football. That's like bigger than like probably 70 countries' economy, bro.
Yeah.
It's going to be bet on this football game. Like that's crazy.
Well, I think people will just be betting like for Taylor Swift and against Taylor Swift, like just because of her.
Will Taylor Swift be there? I'm sure that's on the book. Straight up.
Will Taylor Swift?
That's a lot. That's a lot.
What are the halftime bets? What's going on with
the bet, or everyone is saying is Travis Kelce going to propose to Taylor Swift.
Oh God!
And and I told you this on the show, Westerman. I said the NFL wants Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift under the confetti. That is like dream scenario for them. You know,
but if Taylor Swift no shows to the Super Bowl,
she's going, dude.
She's going, yeah,
in like China or some shit.
The NFL, if she couldn't go to something, like for some reason, the NFL would like.
The NFL is paying her
a
tremendous amount of money to show up to the game.
Yeah, absolutely.
Tremendous.
Crazy.
Dude, Austin Reeves is on fire right now. Unbelievable.
What are you watching?
Lakers. Melts.
What have you been on the NBA recently? I've been dude, this YouTube TV, man, is special. I've been having my living room. I've had a college basketball quad box every night. It's spectacular. There's games every night. The quad box with college basketball, it's just a perfect match made in heaven. I've been loving it. So,
dude, it quad boxes for college football season. It's
ideal. Yeah. Have you been watching a lot of college basketball, Westerman?
Not at all, actually. I've just been tuned into the NFL. I usually like fade into basketball season after NFL is finished.
Right.
And then you ride with Creighton.
Went to my first Panther game the other night for first game of the season. We're back in action. Went down front row, was on the glass, slapped the glass, baby, was getting after it.
I love hockey. Live hockey is so fun.
Yeah, that's electric.
Yeah, absolutely.
I went to a Hurricanes game this year a couple weeks ago. It was a good time.
Sweet.
Beat the Vegas Golden Knights. Beat the champions.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, I was up in a box though, Westerman. I wasn't up at the front. I was in like a suite. You know, I don't know if you've been in a suite.
When I was a kid growing up, the only
it's like an air conditioned room, and they serve you, and like it's all included.
Yeah, when I was growing up, the only Panther games I went to were actually in a suite. My friend's mom is like very high up at West Boca Medical Center, and they have a box at Panther Stadium, and we'd always go.
You get to use. We had my dad works for Olive Garden, and when we lived in Orlando back in the day, Darden, the company that owns Olive Garden, is headquartered in Orlando, and they had a box at the Magic Stadium, and we used to go get tickets for that. I saw Jordan play on the Wizards there when I was like 4 years old. Pretty crazy,
bro. Like growing up, like I thought being in the box was like the norm. Like I thought that was like the normal thing to do.
You're like, this is just every day.
And now I'm fucking.
Now you're in the section. Like, what the fuck?
Now I'm in the struggle. We're in the slum.
If you have enough boys that are really about it, I mean, a suite is attainable. Like,
correct.
You really got to be.
No, it's pretty much getting a table going out.
Yeah, you got to get about 20 of the fellas, and everyone's got to be ready to go with about $300 or $400. But I mean, the thing is like that's your ticket, that's your your food, drink. That's like you get to walk in and out of the food.
Yeah. Like, it's definitely an experience.
The problem with finding 20 broke dicks to give you $400. But yeah, it is pretty cool.
I think I definitely have like a big enough squad. My boys are getting a box for Travis Scott.
Oh, that's fucking
yeah.
Wow.
Travis Scott performed in Orlando last night, and apparently he brought out Kanye West. I was like, damn, I should have went.
Really?
Yeah, I guess.
That's like, so I guess his whole like situation with like everyone dying at that show just got caught. They were just like, waited a couple months.
Everyone's like,
run it back. What else is in Orlando is this
Travis is too lit.
The Pro Bowl's here in Orlando this week. I haven't seen any ads or anything. I don't even know if anybody's that knows that it's going on.
They just play flag football now.
Yeah, they play dodgeball and
doing something tonight.
The NFL, I'm not gonna spend money to watch these guys.
Thursday.
That's unfortunate. It's unfortunate what happened with the Pro Bowl because I think the NFL used to give more money to play, but now and that's when the games were actually competitive. But
right in Hawaii,
the playoff teams don't want to have their players there. They don't want to get hurt, right? Like, especially the players that are on contract years, they don't want to go out there and play a fucking
Yeah,
They're playing dodgeball tonight.
Kanye West performs All of the Lights.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
probably-
dude,
that's
I'm
probably
pissed.
sick.
Oh
Bangers.
my god.
That's probably worth the cost of
Badass.
admission alone.
Yeah, alone.
The
Bro,
goosebumps.
I
for
missed
Kanye
that.
West.
The tickets were only like
Kanye
45
came out in
bucks.
a mask.
Dude, you know what? We have in Atlanta here. He just put out his like 24 song album that has no lyrics. Andre 3000. He just released that new album. He's
Yes.
doing a show here in like I think a month and a half. The tickets are like $500 fucking dollars. Yeah, dude.
No lyrics.
He's a legend, though.
Yeah, you didn't see that. He just put an album out, and it's all
It is.
music. I haven't
Yeah.
even listened to it yet. I don't think it's. I've heard it's like good. I don't know what the.
Is it
I'm not
like
even.
EDM?
I think it's like a flute or something.
Yeah, it's like kind of jazzy, like
Yeah.
you know, like soft. I don't know.
That's not my vibe.
He doesn't have Big Boy spit anymore. He's
Yo, I'm going to my first country concert besides
Wow.
Dan and Shay from freshman year of college.
Oh yeah, dude.
On the
Oh,
Cannon
homecoming.
Greens.
Dude, I remember when they announced that shit. Fucking.
Everyone was like,
Dan
who
and
the fuck
There
are
was like
these
about
people,
200
bro?
chicks that were like, "Oh hell yeah," and then that was about it.
Yeah.
Like,
Literally, bro.
Never heard of him.
Big, dude. It's pretty cool to see them like randomly hit the charts and
who are you going to see?
I don't even know.
Nice.
Hell yeah, dude! That'll be a really good show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I think
Glad you got tickets.
You know,
already.
my favorite song by him is, you know,
Hold on.
Yeah, that's a hot ticket. You're gonna.
or you know his track.
About the tractor.
Yeah, you know that one record.
Nate Smith,
Nate Smith.
Lainey Wilson,
Okay, I
Lainey's
know who
great.
that is.
and
It's like a trifecta.
Nate Smith.
Yeah, it's a tough look when there's three. There's three people. You'd like to see.
I don't know the third guy. I can't find him.
Yo, Lainey Wilson and Nate Smith, if you're watching. sorry,
Hey.
his mom doesn't know who you are.
Hey, fucking Morgan Wallen was like $600 for the lawn, so
Yeah.
that wasn't a thing.
But,
That would have been my first country concert, but wasn't.
I saw George Strait in Austin a couple years ago. Pretty
that's
sick.
epic.
Legend.
That is epic.
Legend. Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, on that note, folks, we're gonna do, instead of a 2-minute warning, we are going to do a 4-minute warning. Bang. All right, Keeters, lead us off, buddy.
Well, just have enjoyed this last game as an NFL fan, leading into March Madness, and that's it. That's all I can say. Yeah, I know my honest advice would be to
February.
just not bet at all. Save yourself and not bet at all. That's my advice. If I had to give any advice, stay
Horrible
away.
advice, folks. That's horrible advice.
All
But
right,
then you fade yourself and take everything on the board.
We all
Which
know
is
that.
hilarious.
We all know that 99% of gamblers quit right before they're about to win big.
Yeah.
We all know. Yeah, Pete.
Nick Barcelona, you're up.
I don't have a lot. I really hate the Super Bowl matchup. I'm gonna watch it. I wish we could have had two cooler teams. Maybe the Bucks could have snuck in there, but we'll see. We'll try it again. Baker, if you're out there, thanks for everything you did this year. I can't believe we got into the playoffs and won a game. So I didn't get to talk about the Bucks a ton on the first show. I was really upset about how the Bucks were playing the first time I came on your podcast. Really started going up with them and talked them up big on the second shot, and then we didn't record, so I didn't get to comment on a loss. But that's the hidden episode, folks. Ask Westerman for the lost part episode.
The lost files.
That'll be some good extra paid content in the future if you can ever dig it up.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, I think the Bucks had a big year. I think we're bringing the gang back. I think we're going to smoke Canales 2 times and make him wish he didn't leave. I think the Saints suck ass. I know we got some Saints fans out there. fuck the Saints. You guys are back to poverty. I have told this to all the Saints fans. Biggest championship window in NFL history blown by the New Orleans Saints. They had probably 12 years to run or to win the game. So,
I saw the PI the other day on Facebook. I tagged your brother.
yeah, I always send that to him. But yeah,
Phil.
Great season for the Bucs. I think the Chiefs are going to probably win this game. I think I'm going to reverse fade and bet the Niners. So I'm going to probably have the Niners. I'll reverse it on the under, and I'll probably take Debo. I'll probably place an irresponsible amount on Debo to win MVP.
Goodbye.
So yeah, and Westerman, I didn't get to come on last week due to a scheduling conflict, but congratulations on your marriage, and it was an honor to attend. I had a great time. Paige did as well, and it was good. It was electric seeing everyone there and having everyone throw down. Yeah.
Hot. Step on up, bud.
All right. Well, it's a pleasure being on here again. And like Bar said, congratulations on the wedding. I just wanted to touch on a little bit of NBA before we get out of here. There are 3 first-time All-Stars. I'm going to tell you who they are. Tyrese Maxey, Jalen Brunson, and Paolo Banchero hit up the reserves. Pancho from the last.
I think it might be our first All-Star since Dwight.
Since too long. Yeah. He's putting up 29, 7-7 in his last 4. Keep doing what he's doing and playoffs.
Are the Magic winning this year at all? They winning games?
We're on a little bit of a slide. I think we're at the 7 spot right now.
Yeah, we started
off. It's in reach.
Skid, bro.
We were at 3.
On our biggest skid since 2008. We lost 7 in a row. We finally ended the streak last night. Jimmy's like, fuck it, I'm going playoff Jimmy on these motherfuckers, and we're getting a dub.
Oh, we're tied. So, Heat and Magic, both 25 and 23.
Damn, bro. You guys must
7-8.
That skid too.
Magic are better, though.
Yeah, I'll take it.
All right, folks. Wonderful. So I just want to I'm just going to praise a few people who are doing well in life right now, some friends of mine. First off, we got Zachary Potts. He's a father, doing very well, I hear, at being a father. Good dad, good kid, good person. Second off, we got Jaquan Griffith. Congratulations on graduating. Jay is now Dr. Griffith.
Dr. J. It's Dr. J.
He is Dr. J. I changed his name in my phone. I put the doctor in front of it. We got Justin Datloff. Kid placed 4th in a major poker tournament last weekend. Won $230,000.
Fuck, what a
big fucking dub. I can't believe that.
What you know what he played in?
Yeah, it was a major tournament in Hard Rock. There was like 1,300 entries.
Yeah, that's sick.
It was like a $3,000 entry.
Wow.
Big win for Datloff. Congratulations. And last but not least, we got my boy Burke. Tate B is the DJ name, bursting out on the scenes right now.
Yo.
He was the blow up artist of the year for 2023. So he has surpassed the come up. Now he is definitely on the scene, doing well, doing big things.
Put his link in the bio.
2024 is going to be great for him. And you know what? Actually, I got one more. Prop Bomb Mosh. He's crushing it. Go tell him, folks.
Shout out to Prop Bomb.
He's a fucking animal. He's crushing it on NBA right now. Like, he's going crazy, and he's making a hella dough with his fucking Discord. Mosh is doing it. He's committed. He's very committed. This kid cancels on his friends all the time for the Discord, for Prop Bomb.
I told him I was doing that.
Follow him, tail him, and do it.
I told him I met him. I talked to them for like an hour on their wedding. You
were chopping it up. Yeah, that's Prop Bomb, bro.
We were watching the fucking fight on an iPhone. We were watching the Rikus Strickland fight, like 12 dudes huddled around an iPhone watching that fight.
All right, folks. Thank you for tuning in. Subscribe.
Big chats.